Street Journal on June 24, 2012 featured a woman from Clinton, Iowa, who was extremely thankful to a hospital robot. Earlier that morning, the woman was suffering from symptoms of stroke and was brought to the hospital. Unfortunately, there was no neurologist on duty that time. Luckily, a robot was available to perform neurological tests on her. Due to the robot's quick assessment, the woman get the proper treatments and survived and was saved. Robots in medical setting are extremely important in today's generation. And a report in National Academies.org on July 20, 2006 states that 1.5 million people gets injured by 1.5 million people gets injured because of medication error. But now with robots around, the medication will be delivered faster and accurately. People get bored from staying at home, but now you can have a friend that will stay with you forever. a friend that will stay with you, a friend that will make you happy in your saddest day. This friend is called iMac3, a companion robot that will entertain you in every day and will make your life brighter. Today, I will talk about nanny robots, companion robots, and nurse robots. Robots can now help in our daily lives. Robots that help with household chores are now available, and they are called nanny robots. In the article of BLS.gov on September 2006, in an article in BLS.gov on September 2006, discusses about today's generation as a sandwich generation. The middle generation aids the elderly parents and their dependent children, which forces the mothers to work This is a picture of 21, the robot that will replace the mothers while they are working. In an article on 21.com on October 18, 2010, the 20 team creators created a robot to help aid people that are left at home, such as the elders and children. Although the robots are called nanny robots, it is more proper to call them mommy robots because they do the work of mothers, such as cleaning the floors, making toast, cooking eggs, and everything. As I mentioned earlier, robots can now replace mothers who are working at home. But there are also robots that can serve as your best friend. Imagine robots as a best friend. You will have a friend for life. An article in Telegraph on August 13, 2010 introduces the iMech3. It is a robot created by a British couple who wants to provide happiness for themselves because their home doesn't have any children at all. The robot has entertaining skills such as singing, making weird impressions, and even telling jokes. In daily.co.uk, on September 1, 2010, shows the owners of the robots asking question to the robot. They ask, why did the robot act funny? The robot replied, because it had a loose screw. Robots, iMech3 will become close to your heart because it will learn about your likes and dislikes. So, for instance, if Pom has an iMech3 and she asks the robot to play her song, it will play the Barney song. Companion robots are good to have, especially if you are bored. But if you are sick, there are also robots that will aid you to get back your health. There's no robot that help nurses in their jobs. Nurses have a lot of tasks to do. Some of these hard tasks are moving the patients, positioning the patients, and carrying especially the heavy patients. It is also hard to clean the patients because you can get the patient's diseases. But now, there's a robot available that will take away that task of the unpleasant task of that nurses. In phys.org on November 10, 2010, introduces a robot that gives sponge bath to people. This robot is important because it will reduce the nurses' hefty workload and will also reduce the chances of the nurses getting infected from diseases. It will also solve the problem in the nursing shortage. Not only will it help the nurses, it will also give comfort to the patients who don't like to get naked in front of the nurses. So it's a win-win. With the advances in technology, robots are becoming more and more developed. And they start fulfilling the tasks of humans. Some of these are the nanny robots that do household chores, the companion robots that can be your best friend, and also the nurse robots that act as nurses. Robots are really awesome and helpful. So, that woman from Iowa, she will forever be grateful because a robot saved her life.